my dear brothers and sisters, we sadly have even more disturbing trends coming your way. The New York Times says that the Philadelphia Starbucks arrest, outrageous to some, are everyday life for others. What the Times is referring to as everyday life is the regularity to which non-whites are treated as criminals in this part of the city, citing the low ratio of blacks living there with the high percentage of black arrests. A few weeks ago, 2 black men were arrested for not purchasing any product while in a Rittenhouse Square Starbucks. What I'm talking about when I think of everyday life in a major city is the fact that no matter what your skin color, age, sex, or anything, the simple fact that most retail businesses that I've ever encountered in the center or business district of large cities is that you have to pay to pee. Is this fair? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. If you're prairie dogging it, I highly recommend you buy a coffee or some tater tots because I've never been allowed to use the restroom in large cities without a purchase. Were the workers at the Philadelphia Starbucks racist or just following the employee guidelines? The hysteria that followed blurred reality, so who knows? I want to move on from hot beverages to cold racist shampoo now. You rightly ask, hey, disturbing trends, how can shampoo be racist? The Washington Post reports that singer Halsey stirs debate over hotels offering only white people shampoo. She complains that hotels only cater to white people because they offer only limited products as complimentary necessities while renting a room, which on its face is frivolous since hotels are in the business of renting a bed and shelter for a short period of time. Their forte, as far as I know, isn't giving out free stuff. When someone suggests that black women bring their own shampoo, Halsey replied, most people missed the point when they suggested black women should bring their own shampoo. She says, I'm fortunate enough to be financially in a position to do so, but people of color traveling frequently for work, medical reasons might not be. Just making a point is all. To which I reply that unlike Halsey, I am not a person that has money to burn, so I bring all my toiletries when traveling. It's even more important to do so when you aren't affluent like this racial obsessed singer. A few years ago, while at the Reason Rally 2016, I forgot my antiperspirant, and the hotel supplied me with a brand and a scent that I would never have purchased. But I was grateful that they carried some basic needs for me. Think about this, Halsey. Hotels also have toothbrushes and paste available to guests if they need it. Should they carry Sensodyne for sensitive teeth or Biotine for people with dry mouth? If they don't have the right denture care stuff, are they discriminating against the elderly? Speaking about sensitivity, the regressives have gotten way out of hand with this cultural appropriation. A girl wears a dress to her prom and the shit explodes into the Twitterverse. My culture is not your goddamn prom dress, is the battle cry. Accusations of Chinese cultural appropriation abound. She is attacked for putting down a marginalized group, but think about this. With a population of around 1.4 billion people, China represents almost 1 in every 5 people on the planet. This Western-centric attitude of the SJWs cannot account for the fact that Americans are a world minority. And maybe if the Chinese wore Western clothes, and they do, should you accuse them of cultural appropriation? Well, I have some news for you. Nobody in the West would even care about it, and they share that lack of concern with the Chinese, who likely couldn't give a rat's ass if a pretty young lady wore a dress that bears resemblance to their culture. The wearer of the Chinese prom dress has this to say: to everyone causing so much negativity, I mean no disrespect to the Chinese culture. I'm simply showing my appreciation to their culture. I'm not deleting my post because I've done nothing but show my love for the culture. It's a fucking dress and it's beautiful. I have to agree with you that it is most beautiful, and she looks stunning in it. Ignore the idiots is what I say. You have to wonder how anyone can survive in such a dangerous place like the United States. Taking the point of view of the intersectional feminists, you would be convinced we have roving bands of patriarchy marching through the streets being racist, homophobic, sexist, and all the other phobics there are. But normal people here get up every day and do what people all over the world do, in a country that has equality and freedom enshrined in a constitution. But if you are not convinced and this world is too unsafe for you, there are now special options for those that cannot handle the day-to-day reality that most of us are treated to. If life is so difficult and you have resigned yourself to becoming a professional crybaby, well, you are now in luck. The New York Post reports College adds cry closet for stressed out students. At first I thought this was a joke. Someone's got to be yanking my chain. Well, even if it's real, it's still pretty damn funny. But we do have safe spaces on campus all over the country for the perpetually triggered. And now we also have cry closets. Students at the University of Utah will have the opportunity to relieve stress during final weeks by locking themselves in the school's cry closet for a short period of time. A student's tweet about the cry closet went viral Tuesday. The small room in the middle of the Marriott Library on the Salt Lake City campus features a narrow door with dark lining, a plush floor, and stuffed animals inside. A safe space for stressed out students. A note on the door reads, "This space is meant to provide a place for students studying for finals to take a short 10-minute break." One Twitter user blasted the school as pathetic for installing the room in the library. "This is beyond pathetic. First we tried to have Swoop be our mascot, now this," the user wrote. "Way to prepare students for the real world. Wonder how many prospective employers have cry closets." Good question. From my limited experience in the world of work, I have never come across a safe space or cry closet at any place of employment. Can you imagine a snowflake in a job interview asking about important workplace benefits like health insurance, vacation time, and, oh yes, how many cry closets do you have for when I get too stressed out? What are we preparing the next generation for? Shall we advance our culture and civilizations as those have come before have? Or are we devolving into a postmodernist hell where feelings are more important than, well, everything? Goodbye.